On a quiet March night in 2022, Albuquerque cab driver Luis Alvarez, 58, was found shot dead behind the wheel of his taxi in a dark street near the South Valley. The engine was still running. His wallet, phone, and money were untouched. A passing jogger discovered the body at 1:59 a.m. and called 911. The single gunshot to the back of the head suggested a cold execution. Police initially labeled it a random act of violence, possibly a robbery gone wrong. But nothing was missing. Something didn't sit right. Detective Rosa Delgado led the case. At first, there were no leads, no witnesses, no motive. But Luis's wife, Maria, mentioned something unusual. For the past 2 weeks, Luis had been receiving late-night phone calls that left him visibly shaken. A deep dive into Luis's recent trips revealed a pattern. He'd visited the same address 3 times in the last 14 days, always late at night. The address belonged to Isabel Rojas, a woman from Luis's past. She eventually admitted to a rekindled romantic relationship with Luis. But she also had a 27-year-old son, Tyrell Rojas, recently out of prison for armed robbery. Delgado started digging. Tyrell had a history of anger issues and multiple probation violations. Isabel told Delgado that Tyrell had discovered her relationship with Luis and was furious. She had overheard him making a threatening call a few days before the murder. Luis's cab camera had been damaged, but audio had survived. Police enhanced the audio and isolated a voice, male, angry, with a specific tone and cadence. Delgado sent the clip for voice comparison analysis. Meanwhile, Tyrell vanished. While tracking Tyrell's known associates, detectives caught a break. A jailhouse informant from Tyrell's previous stint in prison came forward, saying Tyrell had called him weeks earlier to brag that he handled his mom's mistake, an ominous phrase. The prepaid phone used for the call was traced back to Tyrell's cousin in El Paso. It was enough for a warrant. Voice recognition technology confirmed what Delgado suspected. The voice in the cab that night was Tyrell Rojas. But here was the twist. Tyrell hadn't planned to rob Luis. He hadn't planned to kill him either, not at first. His intention, according to his own confession, was to scare Luis away from his mother. But something snapped during the ride. "I just wanted him to stop pretending he was some kind of savior," Tyrell later said. "He left her once. He didn't deserve to come back." Tyrell was arrested 3 weeks later, hiding out near the Texas border. When cornered, he didn't resist. During interrogation, he was defiant but calm. He claimed the shooting was an accident, heat of the moment, but the evidence painted a different story. Surveillance placed him near the crime scene just minutes after the murder. His phone had been mysteriously switched off during the window of the killing. The murder weapon was never found, but a glove with his DNA was recovered near the cab. Prosecutors charged him with second-degree murder, and during the trial, Isabel testified against her son. The courtroom was heavy with emotion. Tyrell was found guilty and sentenced to 35 years in prison. Luis Alvarez was remembered as more than a murder victim. His family, especially his daughter Elena, chose to speak publicly not about the killer, but about her father's life, his generosity, his resilience, his love for people. His death left a scar on the city. But it also exposed how unresolved pain and broken family ties could erupt into tragedy. The community came together, holding a vigil at the site of the shooting. Detective Delgado closed the case, but not without reflection. This wasn't a random killing, she later told a local paper. It was personal, and sometimes that's the hardest kind of evil to see coming.